They talk in circles, spinning lies, while I stand cold beneath these skies. No need to answer, no need to fight. My silence cuts deeper than their spite. I've learned the power in holding back. When chaos strikes, I don't react. Let them wonder, let them guess. My quiet strength needs no address. Siren silence forged in pain. I don't break, I don't explain. While they scream into the void, I remain, I stay deployed. Walking solo through the storm. My soul is still, my heart stay warm. They mistake my peace for being weak, but predators don't need to speak. I buried wars inside my chest, chose myself, abandoned rest. No validation from the crowd. My actions speak, I'm not that loud. Stone. In this darkness I've grown. Let them think what they will. I'm the mountain standing still. Every word I never said becomes a fortress in my head. Protection from the ones who drain. I've disconnected from their game. No drama touches where I stand. I hold my future in my hand. The noise can't reach my inner throne. I've claimed my power carved in bone. They'll never understand this choice to find my strength without a voice. Some battles aren't worth the breath. I choose my peace, I choose myself. Fire in silence, cold and true. Nothing left that I must prove. In the quiet I found mine. I'm untouchable tonight. This is armor made from scars. Distance measured not in stars, but in the space I've learned to take from those who only try to break. My silence isn't running scared. It's wisdom gained from being prepared to walk away and hold my ground. The strongest men make no sound. I wear my crown where no one sees, built from solitary victories. No coronation, no parade, just power that will never fade. The throne I sit on makes no sound, but it's the highest ground that I have ever known before. Silence gave me so much more. Crown and silence, royalty that doesn't need publicity. My kingdom's built inside my mind, the greatest treasure I could find. I rule my world without a word, the strongest statement never heard. My authority needs no voice. Silence was my kingly choice. They crown themselves with noise and gold, but real power can't be sold or advertised to make it real. It's something only few can feel. Crown in silence, sovereign king. I don't need to say a thing. My presence speaks in volumes clear. every challenge, every storm. Silence is my royal form. No subjects need to bow to me. I rule with sovereignty over my domain alone. That's the power I have known. Crown in silence, elevated my position. Self-created, no inheritance, no giving right, just silent work through every night. I built this kingdom brick by brick, through discipline and mental tricks that taught me how to hold my ground without making any sound. The crown sits heavy on my head, but I wear it with no dread of responsibility it brings. That's what separates true kings. Crown in silence, no announcement, just the weight of my pronouncement through actions that I take each day. Silent power for display, from peasant to this royal station. Through personal transformation, no one witnessed my ascent, but every moment was well spent in silence, learning who to be, building my authority from nothing but my will to rise. Now I wear this kingly guise, crown in silence, uncontested. My legitimacy's been tested by trials only I endured. My position is secured. I don't need public validation or society's confirmation that I'm worthy of this crown. I claimed it without making sound. A silent king rules best of all. He doesn't need to make the call for recognition or respect. His kingdom is self-architected, crown in silence, jewels unseen, but I know what they mean. Each one represents a fight I won in silent night, against my demons, against I figured everything out, without advisors, without guides, just silence where my will. Unshaken, unmoved, stand before me, try your best, put my patience to the test. I'm a mountain carved from stone, I've made resilience my throne. Every storm that comes my way only proves I'm here to stay. Unshaken by the wind and rain, unmoved by all the noise and pain. Unshaken, unmoved, standing here, I've eliminated every fear that tried to make me compromise. I see through all their desperate lies. They push and pull from every side, expecting me to run and hide, but I was built for pressure, stress. My strength grows more, not any less. When chaos swirls around my head, I stay composed, I move ahead with clarity and focused mind. I leave the drama far behind. Unshaken, unmoved, solid ground. No weakness in me can be found. I fortify my inner core, can't touch me anymore. The world could crumble at my feet, I still refuse to accept defeat. My foundation runs so deep, through bedrock where the strong ones sleep. I don't react to provocation, I've achieved this elevation where emotions don't control the actions of my steady soul. Unshaken, unmoved, here I stand. The future's written by my hand. No external force can sway the path I've chosen every day. They thought that pressure pressure would break me down, that I would eventually drown in all the weight they tried to place upon my shoulders in my space. But I've been forged in hotter flames. I play much harder, tougher games than anything they throw my way. I'm stronger now than yesterday, unshaken, unmoved I remain. Through every loss and every gain, my equilibrium stays true. No matter what they try to do, I've trained myself to stay composed when every door seems to be closed, to find the calm within the storm that's now become my natural form. Unshakable is not born, it's earned through every brutal morn of choosing discipline over ease, of bringing my emotions to their knees. Unshaken, unmoved, fortress mind, no cracks for them to find. I've sealed every vulnerability through intentional stability. My peace is not dependent on what's happening around or gone. I generate it from within, that's how I always seem to win. Against the odds, against the tide, with unwavering steady pride in who I built myself to be. Unshaken by reality, unshaken, unmoved, iron will. Through valleys deep and every hill, I climb with purpose and resolve. Watch how my challenges dissolve before my unrelenting gaze. I've navigated through the maze of life's uncertainty and doubt. I figured this whole thing out. The secret isn't being hard, it's knowing how to guard your center, your essential core, from everything that's at your door. Unshaken, unmoved, crystal clear. I've conquered every doubt and fear that used to make my foundation crack. There's no turning back, I've evolved beyond the need for validations. Planted seed, I validate myself just fine. This unshaken stance is mine, built through years of mental training. Never breaking, never draining my reserves of inner strength. I go whatever the length, unshaken, unmoved, permanent. My stability's not transient, it's the bedrock of my soul. Unshakable control, they'll test me till their final breath. I'll stand unmoved until my death. This isn't stubbornness or pride, it's wisdom I've acquired inside. Through every trial I've survived, I'm more than just alive, I'm thriving in this solid state. Unshaken by my fate, unshaken, unmoved, here I'll stay through night and into day. My foundation set in stone, unshaken, unmoved, alone, but never lonely in my strength. I've traveled the entire length of self-discovery's hard road. Now I carry my own load with ease, because I know no storm can make me bow low. Unshaken, unmoved, complete.
The art of disappearing. I've mastered the art of fading away when situations don't serve where I stay. No confrontation, no dramatic scene. I vanish like I've never been there. Wonder where I went and why I never said a last goodbye. But explanations are required when your presence is expired. This is the art of disappearing. Strategic, calculated clearing of people who don't deserve my time. I exit in my perfect prime before the toxicity can spread. I'm already 10 steps ahead, planning my quiet extraction. No need for any interaction. I goes with purpose and with grace. I simply leave without a trace. No forwarding address to give. This is how I choose to live. This is the art of disappearing. My exit's worth revering. I don't announce my departure date, I control my own fate. Sometimes the strongest thing to do is vanish from their point of view. Remove yourself from their equation. That's my form of liberation. I've learned that some deserve the silence of my complete and total absence. No closure, no final word. My disappearance is what's heard. This is the art of disappearing. Crystal clear pioneering of boundaries that can't be crossed. They'll calculate what they have lost. When I decide to cut the cord, I don't debate.
my compass points toward better things, away from all the pain that brings attachment to what's clearly done. I disappear and then I run. This is the art of disappearing, my strategy for persevering through life without the drama way. I choose when to evaporate from situations, conversations, toxic relations, frustrations. I don't endure what doesn't serve. I protect my mental reserve by making exits when it's time, before the warning bells can chime. Too loud, I'm already gone. I moved ahead, I moved on. This is the art of disappearing, my method for careering through life on my own terms. I've learned what my soul affirms. I don't need permission to leave. I don't need anyone to believe my reasons or my rationale. I exit when I hear the call of self-preservation. In my head I disappear without the dread of what they'll think or what they'll say. I'm miles and miles away. This is the art of disappearing. No signs, no interfering with my strategic withdrawal plan. I'm an invisible man. When I decide the time is right, I vanish in the dead of night, metaphorically or real. This is my personal appeal to peace and to tranquility. I've mastered the ability to exit stages gracefully or disappear completely. This is the art of disappearing, my crown, my lifelong engineering of spaces where I choose to be and where I set myself free. Some call it running, I call it wise, to close the book on certain ties that bind me to a former self. I put that version on the shelf and disappear into the new, a better, stronger point of view.
I've learned to conduct my own soul, every impulse under control. The chaos turned to harmony through years of self-discovery. No longer slave to my desires, I've tamed the wildest inner fires, transformed them into focused heat that makes my victories complete. This is my self-mastery symphony. Every note played perfectly. I'm the composer and the sound. My discipline is iron-bound. I wake before the sun appears. I've conquered all my deepest fears, not by avoiding but by facing every demon I've been chasing. My body does what mine commands. I hold my future in my hands. Through repetition, dedication, I've reached this elevation. This is my self-mastery symphony. I've claimed my own identity, no longer puppet to my mood. I've changed my mental attitude. The man I was would not believe what I've managed to achieve by simply taking back control of every aspect of my soul. I choose my thoughts, I choose my actions. No more impulsive reactions. Everything is calculated, my potential activated. This is my self-mastery symphony, playing with intensity, each movement building to the peak of everything I seek. I've mastered patience, mastered time. I've made this mountain mine to climb at my own pace. my own rhythm, building up my personal system of habits that compound each day into the person on display, who's nothing like who I once was. I did it simply just because this is my self-mastery symphony. Orchestrated brilliantly, from scattered notes to perfect song. It took so long, but I stayed strong through every setback, every test. I knew that I could manifest a better version of myself by focusing on mental health and physical conditioning. My life is now beginning to reflect the work I've done. The war inside has been won. This is my self-mastery symphony, freedom in captivity of structure rules I made for me. That's true autonomy. I control what enters in my body. Discipline becomes the filter for my life. I sharpen myself like a knife through constant honing of my craft. I built this sturdy mental raft that carries me through any storm. My self-mastery keeps me warm. This is my self-mastery symphony. Playing endlessly, getting better with each year. My purpose becoming clear. The symphony is never done. Each day brings movement, everyone a chance.
Ego check decline. They try to test me with their words, expecting me to react disturbed. But I don't take their bait anymore. I've locked and bolted up that door. No ego left for them to bruise. I've got nothing left to lose. My confidence runs way too deep for surface comments cutting steep. Ego check declined, I'm good. I'm standing right where I should. Your provocation has no power. I've transcended that dark hour when words could shake my foundation. I reached a new elevation where insults bounce right off my shield. My inner peace will never yield to petty games they try to play. I simply turn and walk away. Not because I'm scared to fight, but because I know I'm right. Ego check decline, move on. I've already won and gone to places you can follow me. I operate differently. My ego's not the fragile type that needs defending day and night. I know my worth, I know my value. Their opinions cannot sway my virtue. I don't need constant reassurance. I've built up my own insurance. Against the doubts they try to sell, I'm doing perfectly well. Ego check declined, I'm stable. I don't sit at their table of judgment and comparison. I found my own horizon. They wanna see me lose composure, wanna crack my cool exposure, but I'm built from different steel. The tactics have no appeal to someone who has done the work on healing every pain and hurt. They used to make me vulnerable, now I'm unshakable. Ego check decline, not today. I don't engage that way. My energy's reserved for growth. I've made myself an oath to never let another person make my situation worsen by reacting to their hooks. I've rewritten all my books on self-worth and dignity. They can't touch my energy. I'm immune to manipulation. I've achieved my liberation. Ego check declined. I'm free from needing your validation's key to unlock my happiness. I've learned to self-possess every quality they question. I've already learned my lesson about believing in myself without requiring someone's help. My confidence is self-sustained through discipline I've trained my mind to filter out the noise. I've made my choice, I found my voice. Ego check decline, keep trying. I'm not buying what you're supplying. Your criticism falls on deaf ears. I've conquered all those fears they used to make me second guess every move toward success. Now I trust my intuition. I've completed my transition from someone seeking outside praise to walking through my own raised maze of self-discovery and truth. I've reclaimed my inner youth. I don't announce my victories, I just collect them silently. While others boast about their plans, I'm building empires with my hands. No fanfare needed for my rise. I see the summit with my eyes and climbing darkness out of view until the morning brings the proof. I'm the quiet conqueror making moves with nothing left that I must prove. My silence speaks and actions loud. I don't perform for any crowd. They're talking while I'm executing every obstacle I'm solving, computing the fastest route to where I'm going. My progress never needs to show it. I conquer territories of the mind, leave all the noise far behind. Each battle won without a sound. My footsteps leave no trace on ground. I'm the quiet conqueror, unseen force, staying faithful to my course. While they debate, I dominate. Through patience, I eliminate every challenge in my way. I work through night, I work through day, but never mention what I've done until the final war is won. There's power in this silent grind, a discipline of different kind that doesn't need the world to know. Each seed I plant, each thing I grow. I'm the quiet conqueror, moving still, building monumental wealth, not just money, but in skill, forged through relentless iron will. I've learned that talk just wastes the time that I could spend on my climb to heights that few have ever reached, through lessons that can't be taught or preached. My conquest on for validation, therefore my own elevation above the person I once was. I do it simply just because I'm the quiet conqueror, no parade. For every victory I've made, I celebrate in solitude, then rise again with gratitude. For one more day to test my strength, I'll go whatever the length required to achieve my dreams. Through silent, powerful schemes. No Instagram, no Twitter thread, just focus work inside my head, translating vision into fact with every calculated act. I'm the quiet conqueror, watch me rise without stop, they'll see the results eventually. When I unveil my legacy, built brick by brick in privacy. That's my quiet victory. I don't compete with anyone except the person I've become. Each day I'm better than before. That's what I'm conquering for. The quiet conqueror strikes at dawn before the world has fully yawned. Into consciousness and light, I've already won my fight. I'm the quiet conqueror, standing high. I reach the clouds without the cry for attention or applause. I conquered simply just because this path was meant for silent kings who understand what power brings when cultivated far from lies that judge before the phoenix flies. I'll let my work speak volumes more than any words could ever score. The quiet conqueror takes his throne in silence, powerful alone. I'm the quiet conqueror. Here I reign through discipline and mental train. I built a kingdom brick by brick. My silent strategy's the trick to conquering what others miss. There's power in the quietness of focus, work, and steady hands. A quiet conqueror understands that real success doesn't need to shout. I don't attach to outcomes anymore. I play the game but don't keep score. This detachment makes me focus now. I'll reach my goals and show them how. Nothing owns me, nothing holds. My heart's protected, strong and bold. I move through life with steady calm. Success sits right here in my palm. Detached and dangerous, free to move. I've got nothing left to prove. I'll take my chances, make my way. I walk with purpose every day. They think they've got me figured out, but I've removed all fear and doubt. By letting go of everything, that's where this power's flowering. I don't fear if things don't stay. I've learned to grow from each new day. This makes me unpredictable. My vision stays invincible. Detached and dangerous, standing tall, ready for whatever call comes my way. I'm prepared for every challenge. I have debt of attachments that hold men down. I don't possess what makes them frown, just clear ambition in my soul and unrelenting self-control. I step away from anything that doesn't help my progress spring forward into destiny. That's my detached philosophy. Detached and dangerous, vision clear. I operate without the fear that stops most people in their tracks. I've learned to handle all setbacks. This isn't coldness, this is peace. I found a way to find release from desperation's heavy weight. I've opened up a different gate to understanding what I need. I've been awakened, I've been freed from holding on too tight to things. I know what true detachment brings. Detached and dangerous, moving free. I found my true identity, not tied to what the world can give. This is how I choose to live. They can't predict my next advance. I've mastered this strategic dance. No weakness left for them to see. I'm wrapped in pure serenity. To threats and promises the same. I'm focused solely on my aim. Without distraction, without sound. My discipline is iron-bound. Detached and dangerous, on my path I've done the mental, emotional math. I stay committed to my will while staying adaptable. Still this detachment isn't runaway, it's wisdom gained along the way. I care about my mission deep, but emotions don't make me weak. When plans don't go the way I thought, I pivot quick with lessons taught by every challenge that I face. My resilience can't be replaced, and two decisions that I make, I calculate each step I take. Only moves that lead me forward, I'm committed to my own word. Detached and dangerous, here I stand. The
future's written by my hand, with clarity inside my mind. I've left all limitations behind. This is freedom in its truest sense, to face life with confidence, without clinging to control. I've made detachment my life's goal, my greatest strength and greatest guide, through every turn and every tide of caring wisely, choosing right. Now I'm the warrior in flight of my own peace and mental grace, detached and dangerous, finding my place. I hunt alone beneath the moon. I don't follow, don't commune with packs that need the crowd to feel something powerful, something real. My strength comes from within these bones. I build my kingdom made of stones that I place one by one myself. I don't need anybody's help. This is a low anthem here. I thrive when no one else is near. My solitude's my greatest weapon. Every lesson learned, no second guessing. They call it lonely, I call it free. From expectations weighing me down to levels where they stay. I chose a different, harder way. No compromise, no bending will to fit inside their social meal. I'd rather starve out here alone than feast at tables not my own. This is the lone wolf anthem, wild. I'm nature's most dangerous child. No leash can hold me, no cage contains the fire running through my veins. I don't need validation's drug or comfortable familiar hug of mediocrity's embrace. I found my power in empty space between myself and all the rest who need the pack to feel their best. But I discovered something more in walking through their solo door. This is the lone wolf anthem, fear. My independence runs deep, it pierces through every doubt they try to plan about the things they say I can't achieve without their support system. But I've already dismissed them from positions in my life. I've cut them out just like a knife through their weight holding me behind. Now I got clarity of mind that only solitude can bring. That's why this lone wolf learns to sing. This is the lone wolf anthem, proud. I don't belong inside the crowd. My DNA was built for distance, self-reliance, pure resistance against the pull of being tamed by society that wants me chained to their standards, their beliefs. I found my freedom in the leaves, a forest where I roam at night under stars, my only light. No GPS, no guiding hand, just instinct through this untamed land. I've learned to trust my inner voice
Solitude became my choice. Not punishment, not exile's curse, but something infinitely more. This is the lone wolf anthem, true. I don't need anyone but you, the person staring in the mirror. My vision's never been more clearer. They'll say I'm running from connection, but they don't see my true direction toward a version of myself that doesn't need external wealth. A friendship's built on shallow ground. I'd rather have no one around than people.
We could have argued all night long about who's right and who's wrong, but I chose something they can't fight. I disappeared into the night. They wanted drama, wanted screams. I shattered all their desperate schemes by simply choosing not to play. I won by walking clean away. The last word was my silence, more powerful than any violence. They're still talking to the void, while I've already been deployed to higher ground, to better places, far away from bitter faces that feed on conflict, live for war. I don't participate anymore. My silence echoes louder still than any word or any thrill they got from trying to provoke the beast inside that never woke. Oh, the last word was mine. Silence. Built my empire on defiance of their need to hear me break. I gave them nothing for my sake. They're waiting for my response still, but I've moved on against their will. My absence speaks in thunder rolls while they keep digging deeper holes. There's victory in saying nothing when they expect you to do something reactive, emotional, and weak. But I'm the mountain, not the creek. The last word was mine. Silence. This is my sophisticated science of winning without lifting hands. They'll never understand my plans. I could have sent that final text, left them confused about what's next, but I chose power over pride. Let my silence be my guide. No closure for their restless minds. I've left their circus far behind. They wanted me to take the bait, instead I sealed the iron gate. The last word was my silence, my ultimate form of defiance against their manipulating ways. I've ended all their endless plays. Some people need to have control. They try to infiltrate your soul with questions, drama, desperate calls. But silence breaks through all their walls. It drives them mad, this quiet strength. They'll go to any desperate land to make you speak, to make you care. But I've dissolved into the air. The last word was mine. Silence. Pure unbreakable compliance with my own rules, my own code. I've left them on that old road. The conversation's over now. I don't remember when or how I gained this power to just cease all communication, find my peace. No argument can touch me here in this dimension, crystal clear, where I don't need to win or lose. I simply made a different choose. The last word was mine. Silence. My
my declaration of self-reliance. No explanation ever given. This is how I've chosen living. They'll talk about me, speculate about my motives, love and hate, but I'm not listening anymore. I permanently closed that door. The last word wasn't spoken loud. It wasn't said before a crowd. It was the absence of all sound. The moment I stop coming round.
Tunnel vision, locked in tight, nothing breaks through, day or night. I've eliminated every distraction, pure precision, calculated action. They try to pull me from my path, but I don't feel their aftermath. My eyes are fixed on distant peak. I don't engage when weakness speaks. Stone cold focus, razor sharp. I've weaponized my beating. I know emotion clouds my mind. I've left all hesitation behind. I don't celebrate too early now. I just work and don't ask how long it takes to reach the top. I'm a machine that doesn't stop. Every setback makes me colder. Every burden on my shoulder turns to fuel that feeds the fire of relentless dark desire. Stone cold focus, ice in veins. I've converted all my pains into power, into drive. This is how I stay alive. People talk about their dreams while I execute my schemes in the shadows, in the night, perfecting every move until it's right. No one sees the hours spent building something permanent. They only see the final form, not the man who braved the storm. I don't need their validation, I've transcended expectation. My results speak for themselves while they're arranging dusty shelves. Stone cold focus, unimpressed by their noise and all the rest. I'm committed to the grind with a calculated mind. Discipline becomes my religion. Every day's a new collision between comfort and my goals. I sacrifice what comfort stole. No shortcuts on this lonely road. I carry every heavy load with determination made of steel. I've forgotten how to feel anything except the mission. This consuming fierce ambition that consumes my every thought. This focus cannot be bought. Stone cold focus never won't. I become the perfect storm of intention and pure will. I'm ascending, climbing still. They'll remember when I'm done how I became the chosen one. Not through luck or being blessed, but through focus, nothing less. This concentration cuts like glass through every obstacle I pass. Stone cold focus is my weapon. Every moment, every second, I'm building legacy in silence with precision and defiance against everyone who doubted. Now my victory's been shouted through the work that speaks alone from this fortress I've called home. Stone cold focus brought me here to a place beyond their fear. I don't need the last word anymore. I'll just close behind me every door. They can have their hollow victory
while I claim my sovereignty. No looking back, no second thought. I leave behind the wars they fought. My crown is built from letting go. That's something they will never know. I'm the walk-away king, untied. Left their battlefield with my pride. No need to win what doesn't serve. I protect what I deserve. They think I'm running when I leave, but kings don't stay where they can't breathe. I recognize a losing game. I won't be burned by someone's flame. There's power in the exit door, more than fighting one war more. I choose my battles, choose them wise. I see through all their desperate lies. I'm the walk-away king, unbound. I don't need to stand my ground. When the ground is sinking sand, I move to higher, solid land. Some people drain you just to feel something twisted, something real. But I've learned to cut the cord. To walk away is my reward. No explanation owed to them. I don't justify my stratagem. My silence speaks in volumes loud. I left them arguing with the crowd. I'm the walk-away king, I'm free. Nothing holds power over me. I abandoned ship before it sank. Now I watch from higher rank. They'll say I quit, they'll say I ran, but I executed my own plan to preserve my energy for those who bring out best in me. This isn't weakness, this is strength. I go whatever the length to protect my mental space from anyone who's commonplace. I've mastered the art of goodbye to toxic souls who only lie. My throne sits where I decide, not where others want my pride. I'm the walk-away king, composed. That chapter's permanently closed. I don't revisit what I've left. Of their drama I'm bereft. There's dignity in turning round and leaving without making sound. Real power knows when to depart. That's the wisdom of the heart. I'm building empire on my terms, not waiting until something burns. The walk-away king knows his worth. He's been reborn, a second birth. Yeah. I see the chaos all around, but I don't make a single sound.
They're burning bridges, starting fires, while I'm ascending, moving high. No reaction to their games. I don't participate in blame. They wanna see me lose control, but I protect my inner soul. I'm the unbothered, can't be moved. Got nothing left that I must prove. While they're drowning in their rage, I've already turned the page. Your opinion means nothing here. I don't operate in fear. Let them talk behind my back. I'm too focused on my tracks. Don't face through the hurricane. I don't feel their twisted pain. Detached from all the petty schemes, living in my lucid dreams. I'm the unbothered, standing tall. I don't answer to their call. Let them wonder, let them wait. I've transcended all their hate. They mistake my calm for cold, but there's power in this mode. I just refuse to play along with people who don't make me strong. No energy for worthless fights. I save my fight for greater heights. The drama dies when I don't feed their desperate attention need. I've built walls they cannot breach. My peace is something they can't reach. Unbothered is my natural state, while they consume themselves with hate. I'm the unbothered, ice and steel. I forgot how to feel. Their manipulation games, I've escaped their binding chains. Watch me disappear from sight into my solitary night, where nobody can touch my mind. I've left this circus far behind. This distance isn't loneliness, it's freedom from their toxic mess. I choose myself without remorse. I am my own unstoppable force. The unbothered walk alone. We've made indifference our throne. No explanation, no defense, just pure unshakable presence. They'll never understand this power that blooms within my darkest hour, to simply not care anymore. That's what this silence is for.